My name's Paul Green. I live and work on the Suffolk coast. I love Suffolk. I love Suffolk coast in particular. I love everything about Suffolk, but particularly its natural history. That's what first drove me to Suffolk as a really young lad. I've lived here and worked here a very long time now. I work professionally in nature conservation on the coast, and also work professionally with my wire sculpting, or wire sketching as I like to call it. I've come out this evening to the Blythe estuary, which isn't far from my house, and I'm working on oyster catchers. And so if you can hear the oyster catchers, I'm watching at least half a dozen here in front of me at the moment. This bird here I've been working on, put quite a few hours into this, and I want to capture how the birds walk, how they move on the mud. It's low tide at the moment, so the birds that I'm watching have been finding loads of food out here. My days are spent at Minsmere, RSPB as one of the wardens, and I watch birds. I gain inspiration from the nature, as I said, the nature of the Suffolk coast. When I'm not being paid to do that, I like to come out with my wire and wire sketch the birds that I've seen, that I've worked with during the day. That's what I really enjoy. Lockdown was difficult, but it was made slightly easier because I could cycle to the estuary. It's really close to my home, and I could come down here as part of my daily exercise and bring my wire, my telescope, and watch the birds and sit here and sculpt and just forget about everything that has been going on in the world. So the art's been a real blessing, kind of escapism really, to get away from all the horrible news stories on the television and social media. You actually hear the oyster catchers, they're being really noisy at the moment. The future, yeah, hopefully I'll continue to live and work in Suffolk, and certainly got no plans on giving up the wire sketching. Oyster catchers are being so noisy. There are, yeah, at least 6 birds here. One's just taken a really big worm, maybe a lug worm, from the mud here in front of me. So I'm going to spend the rest of the evening here with my wire, the oyster catchers and my oyster catcher, and when it's dark I'll go home.